today I'm going to share with you 15 words, the words that I find most beautiful in English. Honestly, I'm a total logophile, which, if you're wondering, just means someone who's absolutely in love with words. I can't help it. Some words just sound so good when you say them, and others have meanings that are so beautiful they stay with you forever. And yes, a few of them come from other languages. English is a bit of a magpie that way, borrowing shiny words from everywhere. But that's part of what makes it so special. All right, let's dive into the list. First up is ethereal. Even saying it feels light and floaty, doesn't it? Ethereal means something that's so delicate and beautiful, it almost doesn't seem real, like it belongs to a dream world. One morning, I was walking by the Thames just as the sun was rising, and the mist made everything look ethereal, like I had stepped into a painting. It's one of those words that you want to whisper, because shouting it would just ruin the magic. Next, we have angst, short, punchy, and full of feeling. Angst is that heavy knot of worry and anxiety you sometimes get, especially about life and the future. When I was a teenager, I spent a lot of time writing terrible poetry full of angst about love and heartbreak and how nobody understood me. Looking back, it's pretty funny, but at the time, the angst felt very real. Then there's nefarious. What a fantastic word. It sounds so serious, and it means exactly that, wicked or criminal. If you've ever watched a crime movie where the villain is plotting something truly terrible, that's a nefarious plan. Like when my friend's online account got hacked and they used it to send scam messages. Totally nefarious behavior. Now appealing. I love how this word can be used in so many situations. It's more than just pretty, it's interesting, attractive, almost like it's drawing you in. I remember going to a little bakery in Paris where everything smelled so good. Buttery croissants, fresh bread, and everything looked so appealing I wanted to order the whole menu. Epiphany is next. It's that sudden light bulb moment when everything just clicks. One time I was struggling with learning how to drive manual, and after weeks of stalling and jerky starts, one day it just clicked. That was my epiphany, understanding how the clutch actually felt. Trust me, I was euphoric, which brings me nicely to ineffable. Some feelings or experiences are just too huge, too beautiful, too overwhelming for words. When I watched my niece take her first wobbly steps, I felt this rush of happiness that was so big I couldn't even explain it properly. It was ineffable. Speaking of overwhelming happiness, let's talk about euphoria. It's that high you get when something amazing happens, like when you finally get that dream job offer after months of interviews, or even simpler, when your favorite football team scores the winning goal in the final minute. That rush? Pure euphoria. Another word that warms my heart is cherish. To cherish something means you treasure it deeply. I still have an old, slightly battered postcard from my best friend who moved abroad. It's nothing fancy, but I cherish it because it reminds me of all our adventures together. Then we have eternity. Eternity is time without end, which sounds a bit dramatic, but can be really comforting too. Like the bond you have with family, you might argue, you might live miles apart, but that love feels like it will last for eternity. It's a big word for a big feeling. Now, quintessence is a word that doesn't get used enough, in my opinion. It means the perfect example of something. Imagine a cozy cottage with ivy climbing up the walls, a thatched roof, and a little garden filled with lavender. That's the quintessence of the English countryside right there. I adore the word plethora too. It means a large amount of something, sometimes more than you really need. Like when you're packing for a weekend trip and somehow end up with a plethora of clothes because you couldn't decide what to bring. Better safe than sorry, right? Pristine is a word my mom uses all the time. It means so clean and fresh that it looks untouched. Her kitchen is always pristine, like it's straight out of a magazine. Meanwhile, my flat, well, let's just say it's more lived in than pristine. Moving on surreptitiously is such a sneaky word in the best way. It means doing something secretly. I remember being in school and passing notes under the table during class. We thought we were being very surreptitious until the teacher caught us and read the note aloud. Not my finest moment. Dulcet is another lovely one. It means sweet sounding, usually used about a voice or music. My friend's daughter sings with such a dulcet tone that even the neighbors stop what they're doing to listen. Though, just to be clear, Brits sometimes use dulcet tones sarcastically too, like when someone's shouting across the house and you want to tease them. And finally, docile. I adore how this word sounds. It describes someone, or often an animal, that is gentle and easy to manage. When I first got my dog, he was the opposite of docile, all wild energy and chaos. But now, a few years later, he's much calmer, mostly, unless there's a squirrel involved. And that's it for today's lesson. I really hope you enjoyed it and maybe even found a few new words to cherish yourself. Words can be so powerful. They shape how we see the world, how we express the deepest parts of ourselves. That's why I love them so much and why I'll always keep sharing them with you. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I'll see you very soon for another lesson.